Hey man, we got another box to open. And this time, it's a big old box. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Wavy Wayne from WavyWayne.com. And if you don't know, this channel is all about helping you to record and mix better and faster. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if it's your first time. And let's get on into the video. So right in front of me, well, let's start off with what's behind me. Dang, you know that's that new desk, man. We just hooked this whole thing up in here. It's been a fun journey, and I'm so happy to be in this new lab, man. But I'm still upgrading, still adding stuff. And right in front of me, I have a big old box with a Running Man logo on it. Let's see if y'all can see that. See the big Running Man logo? That means that this box is from Mackie. If you know, Mackie been making legendary products for a long time. They got some budget-friendly stuff. They got some high-end stuff. But this right here is a pair of monitors that's been used in studios all over the world for years. It's the Mackie HR824. So I'm gonna go ahead, open these up, unbox them, get my first impressions on just the build quality, the controls on the actual monitors. And then I'm gonna get them set up and give y'all maybe a little review later on about how I feel about using these monitors. But I'm super excited to have them. So let's go ahead and get them unboxed right now. If you notice, I got rid of my my scissors, man, and got a proper unboxing knife. Y'all was on me in the comments, so you know what I mean? We finally got with it. It's only right. We've been opening up so many boxes on the channel. We had to go ahead and upgrade that thing, man. All right, like us, follow us, watch us. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this box straight down the side, make it easier to get these things out. Oh man. All right. Oh man, need some big boys. All right, so let's take a look at this box here, man. This is the HR824 Mark II high resolution studio monitors, 8-inch woofer on there. Looks like a 1-inch dome tweeter. Yeah, man. So this is the second rendition of these monitors. Again, I've seen these on plenty of studio desks and consoles in my past. Let's see what else is on the box here. It says they feature a premium cabinet design. All right, we ain't gonna get on to that. Zero edge balance, the seamless cast aluminum. Zero edge baffle features precisely engineered curvature that minimize diffraction. Passive radiator, okay. Anything else on here that we need to know? Okay, it's got a piano back wood enclosure. Yep, that 1-inch dome tweeter, 8.75-inch woofer. So that's actually a little bit bigger. That's almost a 9-inch woofer there. Optimized wave guides, okay. And that's the zero edge baffle. All right, so let's go ahead and get this monitor open and see what kind of features. Now, obviously, it's the exact same thing. So we don't need to open both of them, do we? Well, at least not on camera. I'm gonna definitely open up both of them, obviously. But right now, I'm gonna just open this one. I'm loving this knife, man. It's just buttery. Although, I don't know where to cut and what not to cut. Cutting everything. There we go. Okay, so in the top of the box, we have our standard power cable, all right? 10 amp. We got some literature. We got Google going crazy in the back over there. Keep this card, record, produce like a pro. Okay, yeah, because when you buy Mackie products, you know, you get Pro Tools first included with that, and you get some you actually get some free plugins and some other software as well. You get the Pro Tools first and the musician collection of plugins that is included with Mackie. So that's what is on this actual card right here. Up in here, they have a certificate of calibration. That's good to see. All right. So this was calibrated and tested at Woodinville, Washington. Tested by Zhang Li. Okay, there's my certificate right there. Getting started, little pamphlet. I mean, for me, getting started is just about plugging them up and bumping some music on them. Instructions. The first instruction is to read these instructions. That's funny. We're not gonna read that though. We might actually place this stuff very neatly back into this little bag because, you know, But look at that. Hold on, before I put this up, I guess we should look at that, man. And, you know, you take it how you take it, but look at that frequency response chart. It seems to be pretty flat all the way across the range with a little bit of boost around from starting at about 4K to 10K. There's a little bit of a boost, but all the way down to about 20 hertz, it appears to be flat on this guide that they on this calibration guide that they've provided here. So we will see about that. You know, I will let my ears tell me what the real deal is, you know. Hey man, I want to give a big shout out to Roland for sponsoring the channel and helping me to continue to bring y'all some dope content. I have been having so much fun using my Roland VERSELAB MV1. It's gotten me back into producing, making beats, making songs, and having a good time doing it without even having to use any DAW. I literally can set this joint up in my bedroom and just start making music. If you're watching this video while the giveaway is still going on, click the link down in the description below so you can win your own Roland VERSELAB. All right, under here, some more stuff. We have another quick start guide. Again, I don't see why I need to look at for that, man. The quickest way to get started is to just get started. So I'm gonna pop that out the way, and then here's the monitor. This mug is massive. When I say massive, I mean massive. Okay, see, it's got its own crate. Whoop. I ain't do it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna cut this box open. I was trying not to have to cut this box open, but that seemed like the best way to get this big old speaker out of here. All right. Bruh. This thing is huge. And there it is, man. One super huge and extremely heavy studio monitor. You know what? Let's sit this on here. All right, so the front of the monitor is pretty clean. Man, I thought this was gonna be a button, but it's just the Running Man logo there. Here's actually the power button. I like monitors that have the power switch on the front. Makes it super easy to turn them on and off so you don't have to reach behind it all the time. This is protected. It has another little piece of plastic that I will pull off once I am done kind of doing this. But dang, this thing is massively heavy, man. It's extremely heavy. All right, let's see what we got on the back. So the Mackie HR824 MK2. Let's see. It has some acoustic space applications. It has some different suggestions for depending on what your actual space is, where you putting them at, how you should arrange these controls on the back. So they have a sensitivity, input sensitivity control, an acoustic space control, quarter, half, or whole, C, A, and B. So that explains up here on the acoustic space control. If you go with C, that's gonna be 0 dB, that's gonna keep it flat. It looks like B is going to attenuate the low frequencies by 2 dB, and A is going to attenuate them by... Okay, so I don't know what that acoustic space stuff is doing right there based on this picture. It's not really super clear to me. It's not a low frequency because the low frequency roll off is here, and it has the low cut control where you got a 80 hertz low cut, 47 hertz, or 37 hertz, which is the normal setting. That's where I'll keep that. Okay, acoustic space. I guess that's looking like it's kind of giving a shelf, but it says negative 2 dB. That's why they got that manual. I'm gonna have to go in and look at that. Let's see, and then it also has a high frequency shelf where you can boost or cut the high frequencies by plus or minus 2 dB. In the power mode, the standby, or it's auto on or on. I think I'll stick with the standby mode. So let's take a look at the different inputs. You have a balanced and unbalanced input available. So the unbalanced input would be the RCA, but you also could connect via XLR or a TRS. And then we have the power plug that'll go right here, man. So definitely a super massive studio monitor with the appropriate controls to set them up in the room that you're in. I'm gonna go ahead and use these on the outer. I have some big old stands right here that I'm gonna place right behind my desk. So yeah, man, excited to get these unboxed, and I'm gonna hook them up and see what they sound like. All right, fam. So I have just got done listening to the Mackie HR824 MK2s, and I have my first impression so far. Right out the bat, I would think that they are a great monitor speaker, a great speaker for referencing your mixes on, a great speaker for producing on. The only thing I really had to compare them to right now, obviously, is my Atom A7Xs, which are, you know, my beloveds that I have all the time, the speakers that I trust the most in my studio. So comparing to those, there are a few differences that I'm hearing. Honestly, I think that these two sets complement each other well because they do sound so differently. And that's a good thing, honestly, because you don't want two sets of monitors. If you're gonna have two, you don't want them to sound exactly the same. So the thing that I hear here, obviously, the Mackie HR824s has a larger woofer that's going to produce more low-end frequencies. So the low mids were just more present, right? So they seem to just kind of jump out a little bit more and create a little bit of a wider stereo field, right? As far as the waveguide, the imaging, the sweet spot is all over this place, and it just felt very wide and true and detailed and accurate in that low mid range. That is something that I feel like the A7Xs kind of lack at, is that low mid range area. But where the A7Xs shine in comparison is the high frequencies, right? The tweeter, that ribbon tweeter on the A7Xs is just, it's very hard to beat, man. I spent some time calibrating the monitors to make sure that they were at the right level. I used some pink noise to kind of set rough levels and make sure that they're at the same loudness level whenever, you know, I'm listening to some music and listening to some test tones, and even just kind of listening to those You can immediately hear the difference that the HR824s just have more rich low end because of the larger woofer. You know, that's just one. Now, obviously, I use subs, a pair of subs. I have the Atom subs, but beneath my desk here, and I will test it with and without the subs, and the same thing. And a good way to kind of compare monitors anyway, if you just run some pink noise through, it becomes a whole lot more apparent what's changing from monitor to monitor. Yeah, listening through the pink noise, that's the main thing that I heard, was that low mid-range bump on the HR824 Mark IIs. I will definitely be using these. Again, I said they complement each other, so it's going to be good to kind of bounce the mix back and forth between these two sets of monitors to see, you know what I'm saying, where we at and if it sounds great on both pairs. Yeah, that's definitely my initial reaction. One thing that I do really love about these monitors, though, is that it has a peak indicator. This little power light, the little white light around the ring, actually will turn red if you are overloading the monitors, which is good. The Atoms don't do that; they'll just overload. But when the HR8s actually, the 824s, when they overload, they do overload and sound pretty nasty. So you want to avoid that. And luckily, we have that little red indicator to keep us from overloading. So these are roughly about the same price point, with the HR824 Mark IIs being about $100 more for the pair. But I think that they are a great little, a great pair to have together. So that's my initial reactions, initial reviews. I'm gonna actually do some mixes on these and see, you know, how I really feel about them once I'm doing some detailed work. So stay tuned for that in the future videos. Thanks for watching right now. I'm Wavy Wayne from WavyWayne.com. Check out my website if you want to grab some of my custom recording or mixing templates that will help you record and mix better and faster. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Be dope.